Back in Hail Varsity Radio, we're here at Big Ten Media Days. Chris Schmidt and legendary athletic director Barry Alvarez with us here on Radio Row. Ears bleeding. Sorry about that.
You're pretty loud in my ear here.
Still?
It's good.
Okay. Well, it's one way to start things off. Coach, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by, and a lot to talk about. I want to get your thoughts, though, first and foremost, about USC and UCLA, the expansion for the Big Ten, the process that it entailed, and getting that yes. I mean, that was a big, not only newsmaker, but awesome for the conference, a conference you love.
Yeah, you know what? I was really excited when it happened. Kevin called me and told me that they're in the process of making that happen. I think I haven't heard one negative thing about it.
No.
I just think it's the two schools are a good fit. You bring you take the conference to the West Coast in schools that are brand names, and I just think it's super. It's really a very positive for the league.
Was it necessary for the league, in your opinion, to expand and, I don't want to say keep up with the SEC, but add two brands like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was necessary. I just think it was good for the league, and I think it added to the league. It was positive for the league, but I don't think it was necessary. I don't think you had to do that.
Barry Alvarez with us here at Hail Varsity Radio. Coach, as we look towards the expansion and have UCLA and USC, what do you envision with the Big Ten? Your thought, would you go divisionless? Would you do pods? How would you break it up?
I could see no divisions, just one league. You may protect natural rivalries, and then rotate the schedule. I just think it's important that a student athlete goes through 4 or 5 years. I would like to play at every campus, every play every school and be on every campus. I think that's in every stadium that's in the league. I think that's part of being in the Big Ten. So that's what I would like. That's what I could see.
When we look at kind of the natural rivalries, you have Nebraska, you have Wisconsin, you have Iowa, those three, and then you factor in Minnesota. But then Nebraska is no longer the furthest west stopping point in the Big Ten. Do you incorporate a pod, so to speak, of those schools I mentioned, and then the two West Coast schools?
Yeah, I don't know that. I would just say, in Wisconsin's case, you protect Minnesota. Wisconsin's the longest ongoing rivalry in college football, so you got to protect that. When we had the legends and leaders. We didn't play Iowa for a few years. Now that's we're 3 hours away. It's a great game for our fans to get to. You got to protect that game. And with my ties in Nebraska, those three are really a natural for Wisconsin to protect. And everybody's a little bit different, but protect those games and then rotate the rest of them. That's about as simple as it can be.
Barry Alvarez with us. Coach, a thought on Wisconsin this year. Really talented on the offensive line historically. That was an emphasis for you. Defensively, you fly around to the football. And Allen, man, he was something to watch carrying the football last year. Such a young player, but such a really dynamic back. Kind of ballpark the Badgers this year for us.
I think we have a chance. Defensively, we got have a lot returning. I think Jimmy Leonard does a tremendous job running that defense. Keeps a lot of pressure on the offenses. So I figure we'll be very good on defense. I think our line is good. That's where I always start. You go to the offensive line. If you've got a good offensive line, you've got a chance. And then I thought Braylon, as the season went along, you just saw him get better. He's a kid came in. They were going to play him at fullback, or excuse me, at linebacker. And like Paul said, he'd have been a good linebacker. He'd have played for us last year at linebacker. I mean, he could play any place. And so you just saw him get better, and he'll take another step this year. You want Graham to have a good year. Your quarterback has to play well if you want to be a good football team. So a lot's going to depend on how well he plays and how consistent he is.
Coach, we'll let you go on this. I thought on Nebraska, Coach Frost just at the podium. I know Trev's around here anxious for a good season for Nebraska. Scott wants that. You have 15 new faces in the portal that have played and played at some bigger programs. We saw what Michigan State did last year with Coach Tucker and really doing well with Kenneth Walker in the portal. How big a task is that, in your opinion, for Nebraska, with not only new names on staff, Raiola, a name you know well, and recruited.
One of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah. So what's in store for Nebraska here? What do you look at this season?
I've never had to deal with that issue when that many transfers. But that Mel Tucker, one of my former players, did a great job of incorporating, his transfers last year. But that's a coach's job to have them, fit in and be a part of that team, and everybody buy into them, and create a chemistry that works. But Nebraska's close. I thought they were a good team last year. I sit back and I look at their record. I can't believe it because I thought they were a pretty good football team. And Scots, they're right there, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be successful.
Barry Alvarez with us, Hail Varsity Radio, Hall of Fame Husker and Badger here at Media Days in Indy. Coach, always appreciate seeing you. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.